Hi guys, Kirk with Kirk Giordano Plastering here. Today what we're going to do is go over cracks interior. This fella here had the cracks repaired several times, but they keep returning. There's a lot of ways to do these cracks. I'm just going to show you which way I prefer. There's 20 different ways to do this. The first thing we're doing is we're putting a fiber mesh tape, this stuff right here, over the cracks. We put that on the cracks. Then the next thing we do is you get this guy here. This is called Plaster-Weld, and it's pink for interior, the blue is for the exterior. And you spread this bonding agent right here, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some 20-minute mud over this. 20-minute mud means 20 minutes. You have 20 minutes to work with it. So I don't want to build this out too much, otherwise when they paint it you'll see a bump. So I'm going to spread from here to here and just cover the tape. And once that's all set, there's a number of cracks throughout the place here. Here's one, and over here are a few others. There are a few others here, and a few others there, and in the stairwell. You usually get them like that. This is about an 80-year-old home, so it's expected. Anyhow, getting back over here, once I spread these out with a 20-minute mud, I'm going to go elsewhere throughout the house and work, and then I'm going to come back and put another coat over that, very thin. The camera won't show that this has an orange peel look. The surface it looks like an orange. So once I put that second coat on the 20-minute mud too, I'm going to take a roller, heavy roller, and I'm just going to roll right over it. Because the tape will be covered, the next coat is just going to be for my texture. So I'm going to take a heavy roller. I'll show you how to do that. And you just roll over it. And when you roll over it, it'll make it look like this orange peel look here. Now why am I using a 20-minute mud? Because if I use taping mud, it's going to take me 3 trips. The owner doesn't want to pay for me to come 3 times, and I don't recommend it. Taping mud, you put 1 coat on it, you'll hit the road and wait and let it set for a day. Then you'll come back and do it again, sometimes 3 times. So the plasters are the way to go because you have 20 minutes to work with it, but that's all the time we need. We don't need days and days and multiple trips here. So this is the first stage, and I caulked some of the cracks. I won't go over where because the camera may not show that, but some are pretty large, so I applied caulking in them first prior to the fiber mesh tape. So as we get going, I'll show you how. Mainly it's just the texture that's kind of interesting. It's easier to do the texture than it actually looks. So that's what folks will probably be interested in. Alright guys, I've got a couple coats on this right here. The idea is to cover the mesh tape. If you don't cover the mesh tape, then that'll bleed through. So what we're doing is we're putting another coat over it. Some areas where the mesh tape is, I have 1 coat, some 2. Now the idea is to put a thin coat over the whole thing and be consistent. And a heavy roller. The camera may not show this, but it's pretty heavy. And you just kind of roll over it, and that gives it the orange peel look. Just like that. And some areas, again, the camera may not show this, but some areas are going to be a little heavier than others. And if they are, here's what you do. You just take a trowel, go over the heavier areas, give it a little bit of time, work on something else, then come back to it and give it that orange peel look. That way, when you paint this, it blends in real well. Blends in is about as best as you can get it because the house is 80 years old and they've used rollers, so now it looks like an orange peel. It's not plaster that gives it that appearance, it's the roller. So this is Kirk Giordano Plastering. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something. This is for those of you who want to do it but don't know how. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.